Hi YouTube, I'm back again to basically talk about the gang stalking some more, because this channel is basically, it's dedicated to gang stalking and that type of thing, which I think is just horrible. It's a wicked crime committed by wicked criminals who basically don't have any kind of feeling about anyone. They probably don't care about themselves, so why would they care about another human being? But anyway, this is a sort of a kind of a funny thing that happened to me today. I was on my way to the grocery store and to do some errands and whatnot, and no sooner had I before I even got out there, as I turned the corner to go to catch the trolley, I noticed all these people, like these people standing there. And that's not a big deal, because people can stand anywhere they want to stand. People can be waiting for buses and trolleys, and can be going places and doing stuff, and that's not even the thing. But as I rounded the corner, I just seen them, like, from far away. I seen this guy. He had like bald head and a beard, and those guys where they got like, look like the ears is pierced and the ear lobe is hanging or whatever. I don't know. He just, to me, just looked a little odd. But anyway, as I got up closer, it was like 3 or 4 people there. So I sat in the seat. And this one girl, a younger girl, looked like she's about, I don't know, maybe early 20s. She was standing there with her little cell phone in hand and everything. So I didn't think much of it, so I just sat down. And then afterwards, I was just sitting there just waiting for the trolley to come. And my mother used to always say, "I draw I." So if somebody's looking at you and staring at you, chances are you're going to turn right around and see them. I guess it's a law of nature. But anyway, I just happened to just look up, and when I looked up, she was giving me like the dirtiest look ever. It's a young girl. I'm a grown woman, probably old enough to be her grandmother. And she was giving me like this like extra dirty look, as though, what are you doing here? So immediately it clicked. She was one of the gang stalkers, or one of the people that were paid to stand out there and told what to do. So anyway, I said, okay, B, you won too. So let's get this going. So I immediately pulled out my cell phone, because I never ever have out my cell phone. Never. The only time I have out my cell phone is if I'm going to make a call, or if I'm receiving a call, or I'm going to do a text, or somebody is texting me. But it's like these people who are the gang stalkers, they keep their phones in their hands all the time. They never put their phone down. It's almost like their phone is crazy glued to their hand and they can't let it go. So I guess that's their lifeline, because they have to text back to whomever it is that paid for their cheap phone, and whoever told them what to do and gave them their orders, because they're given orders, basically. They have to keep checking in with them. Simple. It's as simple as that. It's just like you are basically in boot camp, or you're in prison, where you always have to check in with someone. So I immediately got the feeling that she was one of the gang stalking people. So I said, okay, well, Two can play that game, because she had her phone directly on me. And I'm like thinking, well, why don't you turn the hell around? Because she had a little kid sitting there with her. Maybe it was, I don't know, I don't think that was her daughter. Maybe it was her sister. She looked too young to have a kid, like a 8 or 9-year-old kid. But, I mean, it still could have been her kid, but whatever. So she continued to look at me and roll her eyes, like every time I would look away and I would look back, your eyes just go to whoever is standing there. She would be gritting on me and stuff, and I don't know if people know what gritting means, but back in the day, gritting meant that somebody is, staring you down and looking you up and down and giving you a dirty look. That's what gritting means. But that's what basically what this young girl was doing. And I'm thinking, why aren't you at work? Why aren't you in school or college or something? Why aren't you doing something with your life? You're standing here with a cell phone and you've been given orders by some idiot or some non-human, because that's what these people are that do this kind of stuff. You've been given orders by them and given a cell phone and maybe a pack of cigarettes and maybe $10 to do what you're doing. Why don't you get a job? Why don't you go to school? Why don't you learn a trade? Do something. Become a nurse. Do something. So I pulled out my phone and I started to videotape her. Started to videotape her. It was her, another girl standing next to her that looked suspect, and then a guy with the bald head and the beard and the whole thing. So she immediately copped the attitude like really, really quick. I mean, she was rolling her eyes and all kinds of stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? I was thinking to myself, honey, I was born and raised in the hood, okay? And you rolling your eyes and all that kind of stuff don't mean a thing. Because you know what? I'm on my cell phone just like you're on your cell phone, and guess what? I'm playing a game. I'm punching whatever. I'm playing the game, whatever game I got on my cell phone, that's what I'm doing. And you're paranoid if you think that I'm taking your picture. But I was. I said, two can play that game, okay? I know all the tricks in the book. I am from the hood. And I mean the worst part of the hood is where I grew up at, okay? So I know all the tricks of the trade. I know how girls act, and I know how they conduct themselves and all that kind of stuff. Because I was 20 something once. I was a teenager too, okay? So there you go. So I went ahead on and I just kept videotaping her, and I think she kind of knew I was, but I was like acting like I was pressing buttons and stuff. I didn't care. What was she gonna do to me? It's like, what, was he gonna check me? Check me then, boo. But anyway, I took pictures of her and the other two people. And then I did this trick I made up for these people who do this kind of stuff, to set up people because they figure they've heard you talking to your home if they have your house wired up and they know where you're going. So I said, I'm going to do a rope-a-dope on them. Okay, I'm going to pull a trick on them. Okay, two can play that game. So as the trolley came up, guess what? They all got on the trolley, and it was probably more of them on the trolley, probably waiting, and because sometimes they fill up the buses and the trolleys with these low-life people. And you know what? You can't really blame the people who do that so much. You can blame them in one way, because a lot of them don't even know what it is that they're doing. They may just give them instructions that, okay, well, this is a perpetrator, this person is this, they've done that, and we've been watching them, and we're about to arrest them, and you'll be doing your country a favor. You don't know what it is that they tell these people, because these people seem to think that they are like some high class private eyes or something. That's how they act. They act like they just have it all together, and they're just like like they FBI or something like that. And I'm like thinking, you ain't no FBI. You are none of the above, okay? You are a lowly criminal, a lowlife who they picked up and have given a cheap cell phone to, and you out here and you basically don't even know what you're doing. You don't even realize that you are hurting another human being. And that other human being could be your mother. Your mother could be next. Or it could be your sister, or it could be your child, it could be your father, your cousin, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. It could be anybody. It could be you. You could be next. You could be the next one that they decide to do this to. And these people just blindly follow along. They just go along with the program and just do what they're told. Simple. They may be threatened, or if not threatened, just told a big old fat lie. Okay, we're watching this person and we got to keep tabs on her because of this, because of that. I'm like, you know what? They've been keeping tabs on me for a long time. If they had anything, I say, here I am. Come and get me. They know where I live. They got my address. They look at all my telephone records. They know everything. Everything I text, I badmouth them left and right. I say all sorts of things about them. Come get me. That's what I say. Come on. I'm waiting for you. Come and get me. But you know what? They ain't checking me. Not near one of them is checking me. Who checking me, boo? None of you. Okay? This is my little crazy side. My funny side that y'all seeing right here. But I say, check me, boo. Come on. Come get me. Come on. Bring your men in your black coats and your black sedans and come on. Come get me. Because you've got nothing. You have nothing on me. Okay? Not a thing. Not one earthly thing. Other than what you have made up in your sick mind. That's it. That's all you've got. And stuff made up in your mind does not count in a court of law. In case they didn't realize that. Okay? But anyway, I got videos of the girl and I'm going to post them videos. And I'm going to say exactly where we were, what city, what state, and I'm going to say here she goes. Look, she's a perp. That's what she is. Maybe she don't even know that she's a perp, but she was gritting on me, so they must have evidently told her something like really, really bad. You know, because she was looking at me and rolling her eyes and all kind of stuff like that. I'm like, girl, you know what? You need to go on back home. You need to go open up a book. You need to go to college. And that's where you should be right now. And if you're not in college, then you should have a job, a part-time job, because she looked young enough where she could be in college. And I'm like thinking, chances are when I was her age, I was out there busting it. I had a kid and I was trying to go to college and trying to work all three at the same time, okay? So don't tell me that you can't do something with your life, okay, other than this. Okay, this might be easy where somebody gives you a cell phone and all you got to do is get on a bus, take a 10, 15, 20, 30-minute ride and then just go wherever you're going or go back home. Get on the other bus, go in the opposite direction and go back home. Because this is all they do. This is all that these people do. They basically are like dumb-driven cattle. That's what my mother used to say. When people just went with the program and didn't take the time to use their common sense to think of anything. They just went with the program. So they're like dumb-driven cattle. You could basically brand them and corral them and then put them all together because that's what they are. That's how they act, you know. And even though they say they pull in all sorts of people from all walks of life and this, that, and the other, some of them are educated and they're this, but how educated could you be if somebody can basically tell you what to do to another human being and you just follow and you just go along? What is it, because you are afraid? Because it must be. Fear must be a part of it. Because, you know, no person, no logically thinking person would sit down and somebody could tell them and say, okay, well, look, this person, we're going to target them. This is what we're going to do to them, because I've gotten so much information from some different websites, and some of the websites are good. And like I said before, some of the websites are bogus that are put up there by the perpetrators. They put them up there. They put all kinds of weirdo people that look like they really have problems. And I'm not, you know, hating on anybody with a problem, because, okay, if you need help, you need help. If you have a problem, you have a problem. But I'm saying they do this stuff on purpose, you know, to try to portray every person that comes forward and says that they are a targeted individual as a mental case. And we all know that's not true. They perpetrate, just like they perpetrate with all the things that they say that they can do. Like they have like oodles and oodles of pages of stuff put up where these people who do this, these perpetrators and people, experimenters, whatever, scientists, whatever, they say all of these different things that they can do. Some of those things they can do, and a lot of them they can't. You know, it's simply put in place for you to think to yourself and say, oh, look, they got all this technology, they can do this. I can't even think, because if I think they're going to read my thoughts and all kinds of stuff, that is a big lie. They can't read your thoughts. I'm going to tell you what they do. Basically, what they do is, if they really want to target you and they really want you to think that they're reading your thoughts, what they do is they do the voice to skull. And when you're asleep at night and you're sort of twilight and you're in between sleep, that's when you're vulnerable. And you're basically open to suggestion. So what they do is they will tell you the things that they want you to think. Okay? They will tell you what they want you to think. And then when you wake up, then you think those things, and then the next thing you know, they're saying them, and then you're thinking, oh my God, they're reading my thoughts. No, they cannot read your thoughts, okay? So any TI out there, I'm telling you, okay, this is a fact. They cannot read your thoughts, okay? Because in order to do any kind of activity with the brain, you would have to be hooked up to a machine, okay? Some kind of brainwave machine that could read your waves from your brain, and I don't care how many waves that they could read, they still couldn't tell you what your thought was, because if they could, then all these criminals that, you know, they have, and all of these terrorists and things, and they waterboard them and do all kinds of stuff, why don't you just read their minds? They should be able to have all the information, all their thoughts and thoughts from way back when, and you know, if whatever, just read it. So we all know they can't do that. It's a matter of just persuasion. They want you to believe that that's what they can do. So that way they keep you scared, they keep you afraid, and thinking that, oh gosh, I can't even sit down and think no more. Yeah, you can. You can think all you want. Because guess what? They can't read your thoughts. They can't do it. Okay? So that's a little tidbit from me. I'm telling you. Okay? But anyway, and that's my new thing, is I call it a rope-a-dope. Like they used to do when boxing back in the days with Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali. He used to say he did a rope-a-dope trick. So that's what I've been doing a couple times. I rope-a-dope them, where I make them think I'm going one place, and basically I'm not going that place. Okay? And they have all the people set up on that side, and they're waiting to go, and when they get on, they jump on the bus, I just let them go. I let the trolley take off, and I'm gone on the opposite side. Then they have to dispatch very quickly. They got to get other people real quick to get them to the other side. So that's what they did today. They dispatched one guy, but he was very nice. I talked to him, because it's not all of those people that do that are hateful. Some of them are just normal people, and they're just, you know, they're just lost, you know. They just really don't stand for anything, so they fall for everything. So I talked to him a little bit, and I conversated with him a little bit, and basically when I came in here, I laughed at them, and I told them, because I know they listen, because they have stuff all in here, all kinds of listening devices. I said, yeah, I pulled the rope-a-dope on you. So that's what everybody should do, pull a rope-a-dope, okay? Because since they say that they can read your thoughts and they can read your mind, okay, decide where you're going to go, and then go somewhere else. Or decide where you're going to go and make them think you're going to go that way, and then they're going to put all the people who they pay off and put them all there. So get them to spend double money. Let them spend more money, so that way they go broke, okay? Because if you going after all of these people all at the same time, you know what, we can make them, as TIs, make them use up all of their funds and go broke, okay? So do a rope-a-dope on them, okay? Act like you going one place, be waiting there. If you take the bus, I don't know if you drive, you can still do a rope-a-dope. If you drive, you can be saying in your house, okay, well, I got my errands today, I got to go to the bank and the cleaners, and then be thinking of somewhere else that you needed to go, and go there instead. And then they're going to have to use double money, because the next time now when they're going to try to figure out where you're going and try to send people after you, they're going to have to send a crew of 2. It's going to be twice the amount of people. So if they sent 10 people or 20 people out to watch you and bother you, now they're going to have to send 40 or 50, okay? That's how it's done. And so we can put them out of business. The same way how they want to put us out of commotion, guess what? We can put them out of commotion also, okay? Because you don't have a right to do this to another human being. We are humans just like you are. And this is going out to the people that do this stuff. We are human beings just like you. We are mothers, we are fathers, we are sisters, we are brothers, we are cousins, and we have loved ones, we have people that care about us, love us, we have friends, family, everything, okay? We are humans. Stop this. Stop this. It's not right. Stop it. You can stop this. You don't have to do this, okay? Because all of this stuff, if you look at it, it's all in the Bible, and all it's going to lead to is destruction of the ones that's doing it. Simple. Destruction of the ones that are doing it, okay? So So what I'm saying is stop it. Before it's too late, stop it. You don't have to do this. Okay? And then if you still want to do this and you feel as though you want to do whatever it is, if it's an experiment or if it's just for kicks or if it's just something that people want to do, then I say start with your own family and your own friends. Hook them up with V2K, put listening devices and videos in your family's homes, in your boyfriends, your girlfriends. If you're married, do it to them. If you've got kids, hook them up. Put voice decay in their ears and hound them and harass them and do everything that you do to other people. Okay? Do it to your family first, because if it's good enough for us, it's even better for them. Okay? Because they're close to you and they're closer to you. That's your family. Okay? So that's what I say. Anything you want to do to a targeted individual, basically do it to your family first. Experiment on your own family. Get your mom. Hook her up with a V2K and talk into her ear 24 hours a day and try to make her do things that she don't want to do. And do it to your father, do it to your mother, do it to your sisters and your brothers, your kids, and everybody in your family is the advice I would give to people that do this stuff. If you want to experiment, start on your own family. Experiment on, if you got a grandma, 80, 90-year-old grandmom, experiment on her. You know, because their way of thinking, well, she's going to die anyway, she's old, she's going to live a long time, because that's their way of thinking, okay? Experiment on your old granny, or your old grandpop, or your old great aunt, okay? You got to have the family members. You must have families, okay? And you must have friends. Experiment on all of your family and on all of your friends, okay? And then when you're done with them, then you can experiment on yourself. Turn it on your own self. Okay, so that's my little tidbit for today. Because when I went out today, I knew I was thinking there was a few. Allegedly, I thought they were there. So when I put up that girl's picture, it's allegedly. I'm saying she might have been just a real nice person with an attitude. Maybe a boyfriend quit her. Maybe her boyfriend gave her walking papers. I don't know. You know, maybe they cut a check off. Maybe she lost a job that she never held. I don't know. I'm saying allegedly. It could have been her, but I'm going to put up that video and link it with this video of myself. So in closing, like I always say, put God first in your life, and if you are a targeted individual or you know of one, be empathetic towards that targeted individual, and don't just write them off as being crazy, because most targeted individuals are not crazy. There may be one or two, because okay, it's a population of people, there may be one or two of them that already was a little, you know, off or whatever. I don't know. I'm not judging anybody, and I'm not hating, but I'm just saying, if you know a person that has always been in your life and they were good to you, you were good to them or whatever, and they did everything for you to help you and they were good to you, don't just write them off as being crazy and pull a grand attitude and just take that, okay, I'm just going to push you away because I don't want to be bothered with this. This is, you know, I can't understand this and I don't want to do this. Because you could be the next targeted individual. You could be the next one that's fitted up with voice decay. You could be the next one that's zapped with laser beams and zapped with radio waves and all of that kind of stuff. You could be the next targeted individual. You could be the next person that someone decides they want to experiment on you. Okay? So we have to be supportive towards each other as humans, because you know what? You know, we are civilized people. You know, we're not some uncivilized cavemen or something that's running around and beating each other over the head. That's just like so old. Okay, so let's get civilized and let's be supportive towards each other and let's help each other out. It's as simple as that. So in closing, until next time, peace and love, and please subscribe and comment and rate if you like, and put a video up of your own self. If you are a targeted individual you can put up a video response, or you could just put up a video response if you just want to say something and you want to put on my channel, because I would love to have stuff like that, you know. And just by the people who are real and serious, not people that are acting or paid to act. I don't want any of that stuff, okay? But anyway, take care and love to all.